On our first date, as she will attest, I said, hey, if this happens to go anywhere, I'm sorry, but I'm declaring myself up front. You'll always be number 2 to my job.
Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Skip Bayless. I can't believe I'm gonna agree with this guy. But credit is given where credit is due. He's an entertainer. He knows how to make the debates spicy. And him pairing up with Shannon Sharpe is gold. I also love Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless going at it. This clip from the Skip Bayless Show is a must-see. And we're gonna let it play. YouTube-friendly style, of course, because we don't want copyright issues. And then we're gonna highlight some other clips from his wife, because we don't call this channel Manosphere Highlights Daily for nothing. Shit. Now it's time for us to dive into this and do what we have to do, because we men and we. We men and we. Shit.
Now allow me to go deep. The reason I have so appreciated Tom Brady operates on several personal levels for me. A family level and an age level. If you'll excuse the digression, I chose in my 20s, as I was coming up in this business, to not have children. I married not my high school sweetheart, but my junior high sweetheart. And one reason we didn't make it was I knew she wanted kids. And I knew the deeper I got into my career, I just couldn't have kids. I am obsessed to this moment with what I'm doing right here, right now with you. I live for this. It's my whole life. It's my calling. It's not a job. It's my passion. It's what I was born to do and what I want to continue to do as long as my personal situation will allow it. I then, after that relationship ended, my first marriage, I had a longer term relationship with another woman. And in the end, she just had to have children. I said, I can't. I tried to get there and I couldn't get there. I just knew I was going to have to move up. That's how this business works. And I just knew that if I continue to work nights and weekends the way I do, obsessively, that I'd be a horrible father. I'd be as horrible a father as my father was for other reasons. And I wasn't going to inflict that upon kids. Not fair, not worth it. No, I'm married to this. Then I met my wife, Ernestine, 17 years ago in New York City. On our first date, as she will attest, I said, hey, if this happens to go anywhere, I'm sorry, but I'm declaring myself up front. You'll always be number 2 to my job, which is my life, which is my passion. She was taken aback, but she said, okay, I got it. She'd like to say now she's become 1A, but only 1A to my obsession.
Skip just highlighted the mentality that successful people have, the sacrifices that you will have to make if you want to make it to the top. You basically have to become obsessed with your goal. Modern women want to date high-value men, high-earning men, but they don't understand that these men work. They work all the time. Skip says his wife comes second after his job. This doesn't mean he treats his wife like shit, but the fact that he says his wife comes second will piss a lot of women off, because women want everything to be about them. Well, if you want everything to be about you, you have no business dealing with men of this caliber. And that's what I need you guys to take away from this. A woman needs to be on your program. A man has a plan. A man has a purpose. If you decide to deal with a woman, she needs to know exactly what her role is. If she doesn't want to do the things that you need her to do, then she is useless. Skip told her from the beginning. Now let's take it a step further and listen to his wife.
I imagine there was a little inspiration in your own household, but why'd you write this book?
There was.
I know nothing about sports. I knew nothing about sports. I do know a whole lot about sports now. But 14 years ago when I met this lovely man, I absolutely had no idea what sports was.
First impression that I got from his wife is that she's never gonna make Skip look bad. Your wife is a representation of you. If you are gonna marry a low quality woman, it says a lot about you. Now, she said she didn't know anything about sports. Let's take it a step further.
But what made you want to write the book?
I wrote the book because after all of these years of being with Skip, 14, August 27th, and 3 years married, I had been through too many games in my life with Skip that I really didn't want to sit through, but I did because I wanted to be with this guy.
Right.
And I had a lot of friends that would say to me, how are you watching these games? Don't you get tired of them? And I could never do it. And so I figured, well, I think I should write this book that declared all of my tips and secrets to these women that can't take it, but they need to. Because they're either living with a guy, they're dating a guy, they're married to a guy. And so that's what I did. And in love with a guy.
Yes.
And so
Women better start reading this book instead of idolizing women like Brittany Renner that dated multiple athletes but can't keep them. Like she said, I wanted to be with this guy. If you want to be with a man like this, you will have to do certain things for him. You will have to bring value to this man's life. Listen to this.
So when I met Skip and he said, I'm in sports, I was like, oh, that's really nice. I had no idea what the magnitude of I'm in sports meant.
Right, exactly.
So he would come to my house, my apartment, and he would say, can we turn on the game on the weekend? And I was like, sure. And then it never ended. So it started at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and at 1 o'clock in the morning, he was still there watching games. And I thought, this is odd. But then it became a regular thing, and I even bought the sports package for him at my apartment. My apartment. That's how much I cared about him. That's how much I cared about him. Yeah. He said, could you get the sports package? I had no idea what the sports package was. I was like, sure. And
Just
then
$75 or more.
$75, and then it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then it's Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know, and then it went on from there.
Help meet, fellas. Help meet. Help mate. Definition. One who is a companion and helper, especially wife. If you're not here to help me, then get the fuck out of here. I took my talents overseas not because I couldn't get laid. I took my talents overseas because modern women are not here to cooperate with you. This channel and many other channels in the Manosphere are exposing this on a daily basis. How much proof do you need? Like I said before, your wife is a representation of you. And I prefer not to be represented by Cardi B, Brittany Renner, feminist, masculine, unrealistic expectations, OnlyFans thoughts. The foolishness. Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.